This is Juliana Salver. I am doing something super impromptu, but I felt very strongly that I wanted to share this experience with you. So in the course of walking this amazing journey of exploring who I am, my authentic self, and how I want to be in my lifetime and in the world, I keep uncovering all these amazing things. So I want to share with you the power of a story today. So on Saturday, I was having a session with an amazing healer that I love to connect with. She's amazing. And I shared with her that I had been working through some beliefs in my myself and in my energy field that I was stuck. I wasn't getting anywhere. And I asked for her to, from her perspective, the perspective that isn't me, right? It's an unbiased, disconnected, if you will, perspective, what she was finding. And in the course of doing this work, we started to, she brought up age 13, which was a challenging time for me. And she said, I see your 13-year-old self. She seems very alone and a little bit in despair. Where does she want to go? And I said, she wants to go to Paris. Well, in my actual age 13 year, I did go to Paris on a school trip. And throughout my lifetime, the stories of that trip were that Paris was amazing. The group I was with was not. It was not a fun time for me to be with this group. I didn't feel like I was connected to anyone. None of my friends were able to go. And so this was a group of girls that I didn't know and I didn't connect with. So we went through an exercise, a meditation exercise of rewriting that story. And in this case, I had connected with one of the girls on the trip and we did everything together and we went and got ice cream and we traveled together and we experienced the whole trip together. And it just shifted my whole energy around that trip. So that is the power of rewriting a story. But I want to talk about the power of also understanding the truth of a story. I have, for much of my adult life, felt very much on the outside. I longed to be part of groups. I longed to be connected with people, inserting myself into situations and trying overly hard to be a part of things. And I never felt like, and this does go back to school, it was like I longed to be part of a group I wasn't part of. I longed to be in something I wasn't part of. Whether I was meant to be part of that group or not, I longed to be there. So as I was doing some additional meditative work and some internal belief evaluation and shifting, I started to think about the actuality of my experience in school. So age 13, roughly 7th and 8th grade, I really had a good group of friends. I really had an amazing group of girls that I spent a lot of time with. We did everything together on the weekends. We had a lot of fun. We laughed, we giggled, we shared life together. And I'm incredibly thankful for that group of girls. So why was it I longed for another group? I longed to be part of another group. Don't know. Get into high school. I went to 2 separate high schools. And in fact, I did not go to high school with this group of girls. I went to first another high school and I met an amazing group of people in my photography class. And I got involved in marching band. And I had an amazing group of young ladies that I was connected with and friends with in the color guard and in musicals. And I had a lot of fun with those groups, with those people. And I was very connected with a few people within that group. So I did have some amazing friendships, yet the longing persisted. And then the second high school I went to, I also had some girls that I was inseparable with, Laura and Jenny. And I had other people that I spent a lot of time with that I really enjoyed being in their company. We had a lot of fun together. We went to parties together and concerts and experienced all kinds of good life together. And so I spent time in the gratitude of those relationships. And I just was, I went into that space and I said, I just am so thankful for those relationships. Why wasn't I thankful for those relationships? Why have I had this perception for decades that I didn't have a lot of friends, that I didn't have good experiences in school? Where did that come from? So first I spent time in those, basking in those relationships and how wonderful they were and how much fun we had together and how we understood each other and we could share our secrets together. It was in my 20s that I felt like I became disconnected, that I felt like the longing got stronger and harder. And I was talking with someone yesterday afternoon and sharing this experience with her when I had this aha light bulb moment. Though those experiences were, and those friends were incredible and true and right for that moment, I was not living my truest self from my mid-20s to roughly my early 40s. And in not living my truest self, I was not being with the people that I could connect with on a deep level. And now I can. Because as I'm living my true and authentic self, as I've uncovered who that is, and I'm still uncovering it, I'm stripping off the costumes that I put on, the facades and the person I needed to be in different situations, and the person I needed to be successful in my job and not to disappoint my parents and to be liked and to fit in. As I strip off all those costumes, there emerges this this personality, and someone who cares deeply about other people, but is not willing to let them walk over me. So I'm boundaried, but I love people and I adore them and I want them to have a wonderful life experience. But I also know that it's their responsibility to own their own experience and to make change within their own life. So this revelation, this longing for being part of something else, meant that I kept seeking. And I now have found a soul tribe that I just adore. And I keep meeting more and more wonderful, amazing people within this soul tribe. And it doesn't discount the wonderful, amazing people that have been in my life. This soul tribe feels deeply connected and very nourishing. And I want to expand that. And I want to do more of it. So there will be more coming about this and how you can help connect to find your own soul tribe. But I wanted to share this with you for two big key reasons. Number one is you can rewrite the stories to change the beliefs. And number two is each story has all these things to be grateful for and experiences that you shouldn't trade or want to be rid of, as long as you seek the lesson and the light bulb moment, the reason why. Why did you feel that way? Why did you experience it that way? And it might take a while to get there. So enjoy the journey along the way. Enjoy the amazing people you're connected to. Know that there's so much good. There's so much good. You got to go through. You got to experience. You got to do the hard work. There's no easy button. You can't flip a switch and you can't pop a pill. There's no easy button. But the fun you get along the way and the experiences you get along the way, you shouldn't want to trade those. You shouldn't want to easy button those away. There's a movie called Click. And I think it's a really good analogy for this is that, and I can't think of the actor's name, he's a comedian. He is irritated with his life. And so he's given this remote control that allows him to fast forward through situations and pause situations. And he keeps fast forwarding the arguments with his wife and the annoying times with his kids and the days at work. And he keeps fast forwarding and fast forwarding and fast forwarding to the point where he's missing major chunks of his life experience. And he realizes that he fast forwarded through some of the best days of his life. And rather than being grateful for those moments and grateful for everything that they bring, the good, the bad, the dark, the light, all of it, rather than being grateful for those moments, he missed out on those. So please don't fast forward and don't skip the easy button. but you can rewrite those stories. And it is through meditation and intentional visualization and emotion that we do that. So I want to share that with you. It has been revelatory for me. And it really puts perspective into also what the next steps of my life are. And I'll be announcing those probably in June. I've got lots to kind of uncover throughout the course of the next few weeks and find out. But I wanted to share that with you. I hope that's helpful. And I hope you have an amazing, awesome, incredible day. And what story are you writing? Because you have the pen. You are the author of your own life. Bye. Love you, beloved.